Hi, everyone. It's me. I wanted to talk to you. Married at First Sight, season 9. We're going to talk about Keith and Iris. Keith and Iris are both beautiful. They're very good looking. Keith, I forgot what he does. I don't remember their lines of work. But Iris, um, 27 years old. Keith comes from an amazing family. His grandparents had been married a long time. His parents were married a long time. He comes from really good stock. Mom was really cool. They're very traditional in their values, and that's just the way it is. Iris is, on the other hand, is 27, close to her mom, daddy's girl. Um, Told her dad he wasn't really in agreement. Her mom was like pushing the baby bird out of the nest. He's like, time to go, time to go. So, anyways, that was Iris's mom, and Iris has revealed that she is a virgin, and that isn't a problem. I it's to each their own. But Keith has no idea. So during the reception, Iris Keith's mom noticed Iris is wearing this white wedding dress. And she asks Iris, and Iris says, I'm a virgin. And Keith's mom, you see her face, and then Keith's mom eventually goes back to tell Keith, and he's kind of taken aback, but he's holding his composure. And so his mom, you can tell what's going on. So, anyways, during the first couple dance, Iris's dad almost has like a nervous breakdown and starts crying and runs outside. And he doesn't even come back in time for the father daughter dance. So, anyways, so moving on. The thing about this situation is Keith comes from good stock, Iris comes from good stock, but the only thing I'm seeing is Keith has had relationships, he's had sex, he has a good solid job. He's he's there, he's ready for marriage. And Iris, during the entire show, has the mentality of a 13-year-old. And I'm saying this, and I'm even going to 13 because it's like a preteen. She gets upset about Keith's friends drinking her lemonade or something she had bought for him and her and Keith in the refrigerator. And Keith said, well, you can replace it. She goes, it doesn't matter, that's lack of respect. But what she doesn't understand is he was single the day before he met her. So it takes time to get to know someone, and it takes time to adjust to living with someone else. And she's not even comfortable talking about sex. And they played this dice game, and it would say, okay, touch your partner, rub your partner's feet. And she would just touch the tops of his toes. And she was not comfortable at all. So she is not um, emotionally and mentally secure, and she's lacking a lot of the basic construct of what an adult relationship is all about. I'm not saying you have to have sex or have had a lot of sexual experience, but when it comes to marriage, you have to be comfortable giving and receiving love in all ways. And that's just the way it is. So that's what I wanted to talk about when it came to Keith and Iris. I'm right now up until like episode 11 in the show, and I see Keith as having been very patient, very kind, letting her take the lead. And I don't know, there's just something that doesn't gel well with these two. And uh, as a woman, I could be with someone that had not had sex, but I would still want to be touched, and I would still want to be embraced, and I would still want someone to be open to exploring a certain amount of foreplay, even if it's just a massage. So they look like they're friends. I am not seeing a compatibility with this group. Not saying that they're not going to stay together because I haven't seen the end of the show, but all I'm saying is that I think she needs a lot of growing up to do. I think her mom was like pushing her out of the nest so that she could finally get some experience and grow up and know what it was like. But I don't think this girl was whatsoever prepared to dive into a serious committed relationship, because outside of Keith, I don't think a lot of guys would have stayed around to deal with her temper tantrums. So that's all I know. Keith, I think you're ready for marriage. Iris, I think that you should probably just date. And when you're like, I used to tell my daughters, when you date someone and you're in a committed, loving, and kind relationship, you share yourself with that person. But sharing yourself with someone just, only after you get married is probably not the best thing despite your faith. I think a lot of people use that as an excuse to avoid intimacy in general. So, anyways, that's my take on these two. Um, Keith, I think you need someone more on your page, someone that looks similar to Iris, but that is on the same page as your level of maturity when it comes to emotions, um, physical, and mental. So that's all there is to it. Someone that's not so high strung and someone who doesn't want to control this situation and in this sort of way. So that's all I know. I'll move on to another couple, and I hope you enjoyed my expose. Have a great day. Bye bye.